Hi friends, thank you all so much for joining me today. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly. This is where I talk about all things project panning and beauty related content. So if you're interested in any of that, please consider subscribing. Today I am going to be doing a new Pan Those Eyeshadows introduction. I kind of did one of these back in February, I think, and I got very burnt out from the project. Just shades in there that I don't use all too often and ended up making me not want to reach for them. So I want to give this just like a refresh and also start it on YouTube so I can track it this way as well. So I am going to randomly generate 5 shades, but I have one palette that I specifically want to pick a shade from. Like, I'm gonna randomly generate 4 shades then in my entire collection, and then I have one palette that I want to randomly generate a shade in that palette because I want to make sure I'm working on this one as well. Also, you may have noticed that I chopped all my hair off. I did this yesterday. I have super thick hair, which is not always fun for the summertime. So I used to have like short hair like a bob for a really long time, and then with the pandemic I just stopped cutting my hair basically. So now I am back in my true form of short bob hair. So that being said, I have 1,131 eyeshadow pans in my collection, which is really embarrassing. I want to make sure I focus on bringing that number down. The last month and a half, I've bought a lot of makeup that I really shouldn't have, so I want to make sure I'm getting use out of my whole collection here. Milo is playing in the blinds. I apologize if you hear any noise. So I have my little cart here that has all my palettes and stuff in it. So we are going to randomly generate 5 shades. Let's start with the palette actually that I want to get a shade from. And that's going to be the ColourPop Golden State of Mind. This is one of my oldest and least used palettes in my collection. And I'm gonna declutter this at some point, but I want to make sure I get some good use out of it. They're all like really glittery, sparkly shades, and they're really pretty. I just never find myself reaching for this, especially when I have so many eyeshadows. This is old, and I could be wrong about this, but before ColourPop came into Ulta, they were in Sephora very briefly. And I'm pretty sure this was a Sephora exclusive. So I feel very special owning this because I'm sure not a lot of people do. Because I remember at the time being really interested in ColourPop, but not really having the means to like go on their specific website to purchase. But anyway, this is the Golden State of Mind palette. So I want to pick one of the shades from here. There are 15 shades in this palette, so let's start by randomly generating a shade or a number 1 through 15. All right, I have it on my laptop here. Let's see. 11. Okay. So we have 5, 10. So 11 is going to be this shade down here, which is Lust in Time. Of course, it's like one of the darker shades in this palette, just as we're entering like summer. Oh, that's pretty though. Oh, actually, yeah, that's gonna be really pretty. It's like an orange coppery kind of shade. So that is the first shade in here, and the one I wanted to pick in the Golden State of Mind palette. So now we'll randomly generate 4 shades in my whole collection. Also really quick, just my own rules for this. I don't want to work on a black. I have a black in my Naked 2 palette, which is my Pan That palette for this year. So that's one I'm really focusing on first. I want to hit pan in these, but if I hit 20 uses on a shade and have not hit pan yet and I'm not close to it and want to roll it out, I have the ability to do so. Those are pretty much my rules. So again, here is Lust in Time, and now let's pick 4 more shades. All right, we have it set numbers 1 through 1131. Oh, and also if this is in another project currently, I won't work on it. Number 460. All right. This is another palette that I'm fine with working with. This is the Morphe James Charles palette. I do not support James Charles as a creator, so I'm fine with working on this palette in order to get it out of my collection because I haven't used it very much. So number 460 is going to be this purple shade in, this is called Single. I think the thing with this palette is that because it's like a mini one and the pans are pretty small, hopefully it will be pretty easy to hit pan on them. This is also not very pigmented, but this could be a fun summer color. It's like purple pinky kind of shade. I've barely gotten any use on this palette and I do want to get it out of my collection because again, I don't support James Charles, so happy to be working on a shade from here. Are you sitting on that thing, Milo? Oh no. All right, let's pick another one. Enter. Number 150. So 160 is the Morphe and Avani Greg palette. I got this last year and I didn't have a lot of like colorful makeup at the time, and for whatever reason I was really into Morphe for a little bit and picked this one up, but this one is in the shade 2016. Oh, okay, that could work well too, which is this pinky kind of color right here, pinky reddish almost. So, oh, that could be pretty. So again, this is the ColourPop Golden State of Mind palette. This is the Morphe James Charles, and this one is the Morphe and Avani Greg palette. So I'm not mad about this so far. Let's keep going. 2 more. I will say that red did stain my finger pretty bad. So, all right. 2 more. 720. I think I know what palette that's in. Yes, that is the Beauty Bay and Jade palette. This is one of the biggest palettes in my collection, and also pretty new, so I'm happy to be working on this, and this is going to be in the shade Intention. Oh, easy. Okay. This is just like a lid setting shade. I'm not mad about that. Or like kind of a buffing out kind of shade. That one should be pretty easy for me to hit pan on. I've been getting these like really big palettes for this project right now. So, all right, 1 more. Last number, hope it's a good one. We have 727, which will also be from the Jade palette, which is the shade directly below that one. So, that one, oh man, okay. The universe gave me something easy and then something much more difficult. That one is going to be Zodiac, which is this dark blue shimmery shade here. Let's see. Oh, that's so pretty though. You can see how red my finger is. Oh my gosh. It's like a very navy dark kind of color. That one's going to be a little more difficult for me. I don't wear dark shadows all that often, but I will make it work. And I've heard most people say that Beauty Bay shadows are pretty easy to hit pan on. So if that's the case, I bet I can make that work. My new weekly tradition is on Fridays to sit on my couch and watch the new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star 7, which is the best season so far. After only 2 episodes, I can confidently say that. I get all dressed up, do a full beat of makeup to sit on the couch by myself and like have a glass of wine. So that's an opportunity for me to play with some shades that I maybe wouldn't always play with. So that might be where this one gets rolled in. All right, to go over my color story one more time, I have Lust in Time from the ColourPop Golden State of Mind palette. This is Single from the Morphe x James Charles palette. This one is 2016 from the Morphe x Avani Gregg palette. This one is Intention from the Beauty Bay and Jade palette. And this shade is Zodiac from the Beauty Bay and Jade palette. So these ones are good summery kind of colors. Again, this one's going to be a little bit more difficult, but I'm excited for a little bit of a challenge. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked this, please consider subscribing. I would love to do monthly updates on this project. Again, I think just like a refresh of this will help my mentality through Panda's eyeshadows in general. So thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!